You mentioned playing on the junior national team. What was that experience like for you, and how do you feel like it helped either shape who you are now, or what did you take away from that experience?
Um, Probably just like you just always have to work hard. I mean, like that's the easiest thing to say. Like you can say that all the time and whatever, but like until you really feel it and see it like for yourself, you don't really understand it. Like I've always been like, a really like one of the I'd like to say hardest working, softball player like or anything, Um, but like when that USA team, like that's the best of the best. Like that's like the dream team for softball, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just always somebody like there for your spot, and like it just pushes you and drives you every minute. So I mean, that's how I would. That's what I took away from it most.
Mm-hmm. When you when you joined the team and you were at the first practice, can you describe what it was like and what was going through your mind and how you were feeling?
I was so scared. First off, it started bad. It started off bad because I was leaving for my flight out of Champaign, and that's like a really small airport. So um, it was a flight from Champaign to somewhere in Texas. I think like Dallas or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was going to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a connecting flight. So I was getting ready for my flight, and my tickets weren't working. Like the lady didn't have something was wrong. Like I couldn't even check in. And so then she was like, "Oh, your flight is delayed." And I was like, "My flight is delayed. Ma'am, I have to be here for practice tonight. Like I cannot have a delayed flight." And
Mm-hmm.
so I had to call Polly. I had to text the coaches, like whoever it was, Christy Bryn. I was like, listen, like this is all messed up. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, my flight got out. It went to gosh, like Dallas or whatever. And it ended up being one of my good guy friends. His dad was on the plane with me. And so I got there to Dallas. It landed. I get out. I'm looking at my ticket and I'm like, it doesn't have my gate number on it, like for my next flight. So I was confused. So my dad was like, hey, just go look at, those big, itinerary things on the boards or whatever. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I'm looking. Like, that is not on there. Well, it ended up being because my flight was so delayed for like 7 hours. I had to wait 7 hours in the airport for my next flight. And so I was just lost at this point. I was like, I don't know where to go. Like, it's a whole different gate. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And so, Tom, the dad of my friend, he ended up walking up and finding me. He's like, hey, do you know what you're doing? I said, no, I don't know what I'm doing. I started crying. I was like,
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know where to go. Like, it doesn't have my gate number. And so he took me up to these women at some random gate, and he was like, hey, listen, this girl is here alone and she needs help. And so they were like, okay, like they started helping. And he was like, no, you're going to help her the whole entire time. And like, he was so nice. And like at that point, I just lost it even more because I was like, he's so nice. He's helping me.
Mm-hmm.
And so it all ended up working out. I got there, landed at like 11 at night, missed the practice, missed all the meetings. Coach Walton was there with me. He landed at the same time. And so we ended up riding with it was Paulie and some other guy, I forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
And all the way back, like 45 minutes back to the hotel, it was long, but it worked out good.
And then you finally get to practice, and then what? How did it feel?
Well, Jadlyn was my roommate, Jadlyn Alchin, and she wasn't there yet. And so I was there by myself again. And so I go down to the meeting. I don't know anybody. like, hey, I'm Bailey. Youngest one there. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to, like, be the talkative one. So I end up sitting with Tana. And so we're just talking to everybody, like Kelly and everybody else. And we get to practice. I'm like, do I go to shortstop? Do I pitch? Like, what do I do? I'm so lost. But I mean, it was good. Like, it was really fun. Like, we had a lot of energy there, and you can just tell, like, it was just a great environment, and it was good.
Yeah, I'm sure the energy is like, holy crap, she's good. Did you see that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.